Hello, good afternoon, Tribuners. Welcome back with me, Mutiara, in Indonesian Years of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here are the complete news. The first news is the enthusiasm of Kota Mobagu residents ahead of the 2022 World Cup. Ahead of the biggest football event in the world, which will be held in Qatar on the 20th of November 2022, the supporters started a flag war on Friday, the 18th November 2022. This was involved in Kopandakan village, Kota Mobagu Selatan District, Kota Mobagu, North Sulawesi. Hundreds of flags put up by youths adorn the sky along the road right. Carrying the theme Kampung Bol, the youth in Kopandakan village have a flag war with each other by putting up their respective flags. Jendri Laute, father of two, admits that what the youths in Kopandakan Satu village do is normal. The flag was installed not only ahead of the World Cup but also ahead of the European Cup. Meanwhile, Baby Onda, who was one of the organizers of the competition for the prestige of the supporters, said that there were around 150 flags from the 32 participants of the World Cup which were displayed along the way. This man, who is a big fan of the Croatian national team, also added that this action was only for entertainment to welcome the biggest football event in the world. The next news is the flood disaster in Makmur Biraan left 2 people dead. In the flood disaster in Makmur Biraan, 2 residents of Makmur Biraan died as a result of the massive floods that hit the sub-district on Saturday, 19th of November 2022. The victim who died is Suraya, was 50 years old. He is a resident of Blank Perlak who was found dead at around 6:30 on Saturday, 19 November 2022 in a pool of water beside the fence of the Baitus Salam Ulegle Jambi Mosque Makmur. Another one, Nazaria, was 35 years old, a resident of Lebu village, West Kuta, who was found dead from an electric shock in his flooded house. Makmur sub-district head Mukis told Serambijus.com that the late Suraya suffered from epilepsy. Before the heavy rain, the victim was in the area and slept at the Lebu Makmur Mosque. The next morning, the victim was found dead beside the flooded mosque fence. The victim was evacuated by the community together with the Bureau and BPBD and buried in his village. Meanwhile, another named Nazaria, the victim was informed that he was electrocuted when he pulled out one of chokes in his house which was flooded. Kecil Lebu West Kuta Sabri told Serambijus.com that the accident occurred when he and his husband and 2 children were panicking because an overflow flood occurred. Her husband saved her children while the victim was still inside and pulled out one of the electrical connection, causing him to be electrocuted. Moments later, it was found that he had died. The victim was immediately evacuated to a family home which was not flooded. At his family's house, dozens of people come to pay their respect. Her husband Jeffrey was seen sitting with his 2 children, Arkan Az-Zahir with the age Tribun 5 years old and Maria Ulfa with the age 2 years old at the feet of his deceased wife and other family. The next news is some parts of the Bandua Lawa sub-district were inundated by floods. Floods are now hitting parts of the Bandua Lawa sub-district which are in the south or downstream of Tabalong River on Saturday, 19 November 2022. This follows that the floods have receded in Harwai district, which is the northern region, and the water depth has decreased in the central part of Tabalong. Direct monitoring by banjarmasinpost.co.id say Anyar Village is the worst flood location in the Banua Lawas district area. It can be seen that the water from the Anyar River has overflowed. Apart from soaking the yard, it has also entered residents' homes. While the worst affected houses were several in 07 whose position is right near the mouth of the Anyar River. The inspection was carried out directly by the Tabalong Regional Disaster Management Agency together with the National Search and Rescue Agency, accompanied by the Coramel Sector Police and also the Banua Lawas Sub-District to say Anyar Village, like the house occupied by Hasbullah with his mother. All floors of the house from the front to the kitchen are submerged up to the calves of adults. His house is right on the bank of a river so that water can enter the house with a very fast current. Moreover, due to the drastic increase in river water, the embankment near his house broke. According to him, the current flood is quite severe, but because they have become a regular flood victim, they are used to dealing with it. All the things in the house have also been put on a higher place and sleep is still in a room because there is a bath. Banua Lawas Sub-District Head Farirudin, who was also at the location, said that his area was affected by flooding because it received water shipments from the north and center of Tabalong. Meanwhile, the most affected location in Banua Lawas District is in Say Anyar Village. The next news is Orangutan Care Week activities in West Kalimantan. The Orangutan Care Week activity by the Palung Foundation was carried out on Tuesday, the 15th of November 2022 at the Palung Bentagor Education Center Foundation Office, Pampang Harapan Village, Sukadana, North Kayong Regency, West Kalimantan. The lively Orangutan Care Week is expected to raise awareness for the protection and preservation of orangutans. On this occasion, the field director of the Palung Foundation, Edi Rahman, said that the momentum of the 2022 Orangutan Care Week is to further increase awareness of orangutan. He considered that consciously and understanding and being known together with this concern is very much needed because orangutans are also protected animals. For this reason, the Palung Foundation invites all parties to work together to save orangutans by increasing awareness of their habitat in protected forest areas and village forests. At that moment, the Palung Foundation invites all parties to save orangutan which are currently still in a protected area, the village forest area. The next news is Sandiaga Uno took part in playing basketball at the opening of the National Tourism Sport Week in Palembang. The 2022 National Tourism Sport Week in Palembang was officially opened by the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy Sandiaga Salahuddin Uno on Saturday, 19 November 2022. The opening of the 2022 Palembang National Tourism Sport Week was marked by an exhibition basketball match by the team of the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy Sandiaga Uno against the Palembang Basketball Association team at the Palembang Tourism Polytechnic campus. Sandiaga Uno, who is part of the Man-Paragraph team, managed to hold the Perbasi team to a draw with a score of 12-12. Sandiaga Uno looks quite good at playing basketball and is not awkward in dealing with the regional professional athletes. Sandiaga Uno admits that he gets his own joy amidst his busy schedule being able to do basketball, which he has been doing since he was a teenager. Sandiaga Uno said, hopefully the first National Tourism Sport Week, which will be held 19 to 22nd November 2022, will be successful as expected and can further develop in the next years The participants included National Tourism Science students who competed for the rotating trophy of the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy for the sport of badminton, basketball, table tennis, futsal, e-sport, pencak silat arts, sport dance competition. The next news is the price of chicken eggs in Malinau has increased. The price of chicken eggs in Malinau, North Kalimantan has increased this week. Based on tribunkaltara.com monitoring the average price of a number of food commodities in Malinau City, especially chicken eggs is priced at over 60,000 rupiah for one plate. A basic food trader in Malinau City, Andi Baso, said that the price of chicken eggs has previously fallen below 60,000. Currently, chicken eggs are sold for 65,000 rupiah for one plate. According to him, in addition to delivery constraints, the price increase was due to high demand, especially towards the end of the year. Salmia expressed the same thing as a basic food trader at the Malinau main market. According to him, a number of commodities usually go up towards the end of the year, including bird's eye chilies and onions, as well as seasoning ingredients are predicted to experience price adjustments ahead of religious holidays and the New Year. The last news is PS Palembang won the Governor's Cup title. The PS Palembang team finally succeeded in defending the U20 Governors' Cup title after defeating the PS Muara Enim team with a score of 1-4 in the final round of the U20 Governors' Cup, which took place at the GST Palembang Athletic Field on Tuesday, 17 November 2022 in the afternoon. Even though in the first round, the PS Palembang team nicknamed Segentar Alam as Betaji managed to draw with a 1-on-1 score. PS Palembang's first goal was scored by center-back Mariono Susilo in the first half. The game was also paused with the excitement of the all-star players who are members of the Forkopimda team facing the provincial OPD assistant team in the entertainment party fun game ahead of the final round, as well as the closing of the U20 Governors' Cup. Well, I think that's all the news for today with me, Mutiara. Don't forget to follow us in YouTube Tribun Lampung News Video, Facebook Tribun Lampung, Instagram and TikTok account of Tribun Lampung for further information. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.